Small Town Scuttlebutt.
Doing some gambling over the weekend, huh? Tell me about your trip. You went
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Friday the show was fantastic on the 4th of July. And then we did 2 shows Saturday and they were both really good. But the best show of the weekend was the 4th of July.
Where was that?
At Mohegan.
At Comics Roadhouse?
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's just me and Kelly, so.
Kelly McFarland, your bud?
Mm-hmm.
You guys came into it. Came into comedy around the same time?
I think we started around the same time. I was in New Hampshire. She was in Maine. And then our mutual friend, George Ham, 2 M's, he introduced us when we lived in Portland.
Portland, Maine?
Yep. And then we were just friends after that. Like 20 years now.
Wow. Wowee.
Yeah.
Cool.
'Cause I'm old.
You're not old.
I'm not going to say how old I am.
I know how old you are.
Yeah, but we're not going to say
Because I know how old I am, and we're in the same age bracket.
True.
Same age range. And I'll say, I feel like I'm an immature 30. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the 30-year-old that should be thinking about making a down payment on a home, but I'm living paycheck to paycheck and want to buy another round of shots for,
Right.
you know? That's how I feel. Not that that's what I do, but
No. I just paid off my student loans.
no kidding.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Took a long time.
That did take a long time.
And they don't even send you like a thank you or congratulations, like nothing.
Oh, you'll get something. It's called Dear Alumni, help support.
Oh, I already get those.
Isn't that offends me, actually. As a college graduate, I don't want to brag, but of 2 colleges, because I got, your run-of-the-mill bachelor's, and then I have a master's.
No. What's your master's in?
I'm only trying to sound like a dickhead. I hate people that say, oh, that's where I did my undergrad, because it's throwing it's throwing extra information that you went beyond that, but no one needed to know. You could have just been like, I went there, losers.
My dad had a doctorate in theology, and I sent him a letter once, and I didn't put doctor.
Uh-huh.
And he said, aren't you proud of my accomplishment? I was like, you're my dad. I didn't. Okay, sorry.
Yeah. That's like, he didn't make you Dr. Dad at home?
I'm like, what am I supposed to call you, Dr. Dad, now?
That's funny. All right, so you and I, okay, so Scuttlebutt's at home. This is Carolyn Plummer. She's my new one of my new friends, best friends in comedy. What?
It's just funny, like it's my new best friend.
Yeah. Well, we were talking outside of the comedy scene one night when I met you, and you talked my ear off for like an hour and a half in the parking lot, which was fine because I was enjoying it. And I thought to myself, I feel like we hung out in high school.
We might have.
I mean like you were like one of the people we call on Friday night. We're getting the group together. We're going out. Hey, did you call Plumber? Who's picking up Plumber? Like I could imagine.
Yeah, that happened.
That stuff. Well, you're just like cool and laid back, and you don't have anything to prove to anybody.
Not anymore. When I drank, I was really insecure
Mm-hmm.
in high school, so I would drink.
Ooh, in high school?
Yeah, like junior high school.
What were you drinking in high school?
Oh my God, anything I could get my hands on.
Okay.
Jolt, cola, and whiskey.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I've never heard of that.
Jolt Cola was double the caffeine, twice the sugar. They don't make it anymore.
Wasn't that was that the slogan or like the little tag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would mix that with whiskey. I can't drink whiskey.
You
now.
invented the Four Loko.
Pretty much.
Right?
And then I drank beer. Bud Dry was popular when I was in high school.
Why ask why? Try Bud Dry.
It was the worst. It gave you the worst hangover. I mean, drinking beer gave you a hangover anyway, but I don't know what was in Bud Dry.
Mm-hmm.
It was awful.
Yeah.
And then we drank, like, cheap beer, like Meisterbrow, red, white, and blue. Things you've never heard of.
No, the cheap. Yeah.
Like, super cheap.
Yeah. The cheaper you get, the worse the hangover will be.
Oh, yeah.
It's the bottom of the barrel crap.
Yeah, they squeeze it out of the barrels.
Have you ever been to a brewery?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I was at a bachelor party in Denver, and the Blue Moon Brewery it was pre-existing, and they built Coors Field into it,
Okay.
and the deal was it'll stay, and they will be like the premier microbrew. So you buy Coors.
Blue Moon is delicious.
Yeah, you can buy Coors, but you can also buy the Blue Moon there. So anyway, we're at the bachelor party, and some strings were pulled through connections, and we were in the vat room. There was like 6 vats going one way, or 3. It was like 5 and 5. It was like 10 vats, and these things are humongous, huge.
We used to do shows in breweries like that.
Yeah.
In the vat room.
Yeah, and the guy would just.
It would smell like hops and
Mhm.
yeast. And
Oh yeah, yep. And then we'd open the tap and just drink out of the thing. It was awesome.
They didn't let us do that, but
Yeah, it was cool. But I know that I did a Anheuser-Busch brewery tour, Londonderry. Have you ever done that?
yeah, I've done shows there too.
Oh yeah, that's the smallest brewery in the United States under the Anheuser-Busch brewery
I didn't know
name. Yeah, but
that. They have a beer house there, and they do shows.
I have not done one. Is it fun?
It's fun, yeah. I was there. There was a guy who was in a wheelchair, and he didn't have any legs. And that's not, funny or anything, but he was heckling me.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know, I'm like, what are the limits on going back on a heckler who's in a wheelchair with no legs?
Yeah.
And then afterwards, he came up to me, and he was shit-faced. And he said he was going to play a prank on me and, spill his colostomy bag. I was like, okay.
What?
Yeah. And it was incoherent. I was like, all right, you have a good night. I'll see you later.
I was just gonna throw a shit bag at you. Ha ha.
I was like, I'm good.
I saw one drunk patron outside after a show really compliment the headliner that we know, and then he put him in a headlock, like a hey buddy, like messing around. It was like, what? Who does that?
You'd be surprised.
It's something about the comic. It's like you're just the class clown. You're just the service person, right?
Right.
I feel like we don't get treated.
Well, people think they know you
Mm-hmm.
after the show, and
Yeah, that
they
could be
don't.
it.
They know part of you
Yeah.
if you're doing comedy right, but they don't know you.
But they had a good time. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out it because it doesn't come from malice. I don't ever.
No, I think they just want to be hanging out and part of the show almost. And
Well, people think being a comic is cool. Like, oh, that's cool. Oh, you do comedy. Ugh. But
Yeah.
then you go to the show, and these people are like, "Hey, loser."
we had some. The Def Leppard was at Mohegan when we were there, so the people watching was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of them came to the comics after the show because they played for 3.5 hours. So they got out right when our show got out.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some people there that same thing. They were obnoxious. Like, you didn't go to Def Leppard? And, well, I had a show. Where was your show? I'm like, here. I'm a comedian. Oh, tell me a joke. I'm like, you're hammered, and I'm not going to tell you a joke.
Someone told me to do that this weekend. Tell me a joke. It can't be done. I don't tell jokes. I deliver bits.
Exactly. And I'm not doing it on command. I'm not going to dance monkey dance.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
I mean, sometimes I can mess around. Depends on the mood.
Yeah, exactly. But I just worked. I'm not I'm off the clock.
Mm-hmm. Earlier, you were talking about the drinking and in high school because of insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you something, because this is kind of ties into you and I. Let's plug it. We're going to be up at the Wolfeboro Village Players Theater in Wolfeboro, New Hampshire, this Saturday, and I'm opening for Steve Hytner and Carolyn Plummer. It's the homecoming because she's from Wolfeboro, and she's going to be hosting it.
It's the 3rd annual homecoming show.
3rd annual. Yep. I went to the 1st annual.
Mm-hmm. We were figuring stuff out that year.
Yeah, that was with Lenny Clark, right?
We're Lenny Clark and Chris Zito.
Yep. So I went to the first one as a patron, and now I'm on the show.
My friend Cindy's coming again with her husband.
Oh, yeah.
She comes every year. And last year he was on one of the couches, and this lady was just hitting on him, and he was so drunk, and it was so funny. So I
Was he
brought
playing
it up.
along?
No.
Okay.
He was trying to get out of the situation. He's too nice.
Mm-hmm.
He's a firefighter from Manchester. So he was trying to get out of it, and we made fun of him for 4 months after that. It
Poor
was so
guy.
fun.
Well, the thing I wanted to say is back in high school, so there's a first for me at this. First of all, it's the first theater. And also, it's the first time my mom and dad are coming to a show.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's kind of like, I think, one of those check the box things. Like, at some point, you have to perform in front of
Yeah.
parents or someone. I don't know why. It'd be weird if, you know,
Yeah.
you want to show your parents what you can do, right? Back in high school, second semester senior year, I took a blow-off course. Well, I treated it as such. It was called theater production. And basically, we met in the, auditorium, and we had a big stage, Concord High School, New Hampshire. And the classroom was like the first row of the auditorium and the stage. And we would just kind of horse around doing acting kind of stuff,
Yeah.
which was fine and cool. And then we had to pick a sketch that we would perform, and that would be our summative assessment, our final. Like, that was it, right? Hence, blow-off course, right? So I realized, like, once we got to the end, I was getting nervous. Like, wait a minute, we were putting on a dinner show.
Oh, boy.
So we,
Dinner shows are hard.
yeah, but we were the servers during dinner.
Okay.
And then we had a stage, in the cafeteria there, and tables and everything all set up. And then we would do our sketches. We did one called The Mattress. It's a, what do you call it? A Monty Python sketch. And I was so nervous because there's like 5 minutes of lines, but I don't want to be in school. I'm done.
Right.
But then I started cranking, trying to remember all the lines. I was getting so nervous. And me and a kid named Jason Jimenez Bragdon had a 6-pack of beer, and we went into the boys' room in the basement, and we crushed them. Like, 17-year-old pounding 3 beers in like 20 minutes. I was kind of drunk. I mean, I was very drunk. I was like buzzing. And one of the girls in the group was like, "Are you drunk? I can smell beer on you." I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "What the fuck? This is so great." After Miss Jensen came up, gave me a big hug, and said, "That was the best performance ever." Because I just didn't care.
Yeah, that's why I drank. Like, I did a lot of theater when I was a kid, and I didn't have that. I wasn't insecure at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I got older, I just became insecure.
Mm-hmm.
And comedy was like my defense mechanism. Like, I had this girl that wanted to beat me up in high school, and junior high, and she would tell me every day, "I'm going to beat you up." So finally one day I said, "Just get it over with.
Let's do this.
Just beat me up." I go, "Why do you want to beat me up?" And then later we were friends. Like,
Mhm.
I was friends with her brother, but
Yeah.
I go, "Why did you want to beat me up?" She goes, "I don't know." I go, "All right." Well, we ended up being friends. And then, because I was friends with everybody. I was in band, but I did theater. And then I also played sports but field hockey was the big sport at my high school, and I hated it. I didn't get it. I didn't want to
Did you
do
play it?
I played it, and I quit.
It's stupid.
Yeah,
You know why?
I didn't like it.
You know who ruins the sport? The referee with that goddamn whistle every
Well,
3
and the
seconds.
stupid stick. I didn't like it. I
Yeah.
played softball. I was good at softball.
The stick is dumb. You can only use one side of it.
Yeah, I was like,
And the referee literally does not let a play develop. They blow the whistle.
Yeah, exactly.
Every
and
2
I was
seconds.
Like, and they tried to convince me not to quit. And I go, "Listen, I'm smart enough to know I'm not good at this, and I'm not going to get better at this. I'll just
Yeah.
stick to what I know." And
Yeah.
they're like, "Okay." And
So you did a mid-season quit.
it wasn't even mid-season. I don't even know how long I played.
Okay, but it was during the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
you
had
did-
a uniform and everything.
So it was
I
official.
played some games. I just didn't get it, and I hated it.
Did your parents give you any trouble about?
No.
Did they use it as a teachable moment? Like, we finish things we start? and-
No, my parents got divorced when I was like 10.
Oh.
So it's just my mom, and she was working. So she's like, "I don't care what you do."
You're a Gen X latchkey kid. Figure
Yeah,
it
I
out.
was. And my dad, like when I was growing up, like in 5th grade,
Mhm.
my teacher kept calling me Caroline, and I said, "My name is Carolyn." And she said, "But it's short for Caroline." I go, no, it isn't." And she said, "Yes, it is." And she was like old school, like
Yeah.
100 years old,
Mhm.
So I told my dad, I go, "It really bothers me that she won't get my name right, and she insists that it's short for Caroline." He goes, "How does that make you feel?" I go, "It makes me feel awful because she's not listening to me." He goes, "What do you want to do about it?" I said, "Well, can you talk to her and just tell her so that she stops calling me?" Because she wouldn't call anybody by a shortened name.
Mhm.
Like if you went by Chris, you were Christopher. So he goes, "Why don't you bring in your birth certificate?" And so I had to deal with it. And I'm
Mhm.
like, and this lady was like old school.
Yep.
No one liked her. Like, she should have retired years ago. We used to smash the erasers together to get the dust going so she'd sneeze when she came into the room. And so I had to deal with it. And that was like a learning experience.
Chalkboard erasers for those who don't.
Yeah.
For those born after 2000.
Right. So it was like stuff like that. Like, my dad did teachable moments like that. Like, you'd ask him how to spell something. He's like, you have a dictionary.
Oh, yeah. Did that piss you off?
But I'm like, I don't even know if this is a K or a C.
Yeah.
And, like, I know how to use a dictionary. Can you give me a hint?
And he would have said, okay, we'll start with the C. If it's not there, deductive reasoning now suggests it must be K.
Exactly.
Caroline.
But I mean, he did teach me a lesson, but
Yeah, it's similar to, I used to get that all the time too. And then it just got to the point where it's like, I hate the nagging or the, the parental repetitive saying, So I learned to just go look it up, right? Or ask
Exactly.
somebody else. But I say to my kids, like, hey guys, don't ask questions that you can find the answers to yourself, because you're a liability, not an asset to
well, now you
the
can
team
just,
or the group or the friends.
You can Google stuff now.
Oh,
It's
God.
so much easier.
I don't even Google. I just press the button on my phone and go, hey, what time is the thing at that place? It'll be like, do you want Chat GPT or the internet? I'm like, whatever. It doesn't matter. And then it tells me.
But I think it's making our society dumber,
Oh, absolutely.
especially like with directions. Like, I'm glad that we have directions.
Mm-hmm.
It makes life a lot easier, but you still have to use your head when you're driving. And I think people don't.
Okay, so I try to use my head when I'm driving and using GPS. The GPS I have, if you're going into Boston, that whole Big Dig thing. Okay, if you're coming up 93 Southeast Expressway, coming into the city, right before you're going into the tunnel, look at your GPS. It looks like a pile of spaghetti.
I know.
It's like, I have 4 right turn options coming up, and I'm looking at my little GPS screen, like a 6x8 screen with little roads in there, and I'm like trying to look while watching the road because
Yeah.
it's rush hour and the place is crazy, and I'm trying to, like, is that the first, second, or third?
I
And
just
sometimes
don't,
I miss it. I'm like, oh no, I got to do the whole go up there.
yeah, I just don't like it when it tells you a way to go and you're kind of familiar with the route and you're like, that's not the best route.
Yeah, and then you just
And then sometimes,
Avoid
like,
it.
I've never been here before, so I had to take the route. It took me through Newton, which was fine.
It's fine, but you could have gone through.
I'm sure there was a
yeah.
more direct route, but it's nice. I mean, I went up Chestnut.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I was driving through Dover. It was a nice
Yeah,
drive.
yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's not bad.
No, and I missed all the traffic, so.
Yep.
So it was nice. It was,
Mhm.
but I was like, I know there's a more direct way to get here. But
Yeah. You're all set? You don't need a beverage or anything?
No, I have water. I'm good. Trying to rehydrate.
Rehydrate, okay.
I didn't leave the casino for 3 days. I didn't go outside.
You didn't go outside for 3 days. Did you see the sun? Like, out
Yeah,
a window or
yeah.
something?
And I walked around everywhere. I just didn't go outside.
That could do something to your wiring in your head, I think,
no,
right?
no. Have you ever gone on the road for comedy?
No, but I want to.
Yeah. So you have a lot of time in your room. You have all this downtime.
Oh, I did. Yeah, in Toronto, I was there for a week.
Yeah, but Toronto, I'd go out and do stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When you're at a casino,
Yeah.
you walk the grounds. You know what I mean? So I walked all over the casino, and I I went around, but I didn't go outside.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. Well, there's not really much around anyway.
There's nothing to do. Like, we could have gone to Mystic, I guess, but then you'd have to get your car back, and it was the 4th of July, so I'm going to sit in 4th of July traffic just to go see water. You know what I mean?
Nope.
So,
Well, we do ads on the show,
oh, okay.
so let's consider this halftime. And the show is brought to you by APC Pest Control. They've been knocking them dead since 1981.
Is that real?
Yeah, that's their slogan. Why is killing bugs funny to you? This is the ad, by the way.
No, I was laughing about because when I worked in an office, we had a kid that would come in and check for mice and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, what do you do with the mice that you find in the basement? And he opened his bag.
No.
And it was full of rubber gloves with dead mice.
No kidding.
And I go, you're a psychopath.
Yeah.
I go, why are they still in there? He goes, I emptied it once a week.
That's crazy. In our town, the DPW has a thing called the pit, and it's where all the roadkill goes.
Ugh.
And they'll bury it, but occasionally a predator will
Oh,
come in
yeah,
and
of course.
dig it, exhume a body of a deer or something. It's like crazy.
We have our trash people are on strike right now.
Ooh, Watertown, Massachusetts.
It's like 11 towns, 11 to
Oh.
14 towns. It's Republic. I don't blame them. They want to make more money, and they should.
Mm-hmm.
But they're on strike right now, so they haven't picked up my trash yet. They're supposed to pick it up today, but it's not them
Yeah.
because they haven't finished their negotiations. So now they said they're going to pick it, the people they hired to pick up the trash, which is some trash people out of Brockton. I'm like, we have a rat problem in Watertown, and now there's piles of trash everywhere.
Well,
This could get bad.
They go together. And,
Oh, yeah.
and these things are going to reproduce. You're going to get a
Oh, we already
what do you
have
call
the
what do you
problem.
call it? A bump or a
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Because they can just, there's trash on top of the barrels. Like, it's a mess.
I just read an article about Eric Adams, the mayor of New York City, who just invested $1 million into a rat program where they pump carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide into tree bed dens, which is where the rats live.
So they just die in there.
yeah, and then they plug it up. So but
All I
but
know
we're
is
talking
I see them when I get home sometimes.
we're talking thousands of rats in
Oh.
these things.
They're doing a ton of construction in Watertown.
Uh-huh.
That's how the problem started.
They just sort of
They made a walkway on one of
Scurry
the
them?
train tracks, and they migrated.
mhm.
And now they're building a lot of retail with housing above it.
Yeah.
And that stirred them up again, but
Sounds like Watertown could use APC pest control.
they could.
Yeah. If they went back from the beginning in 1981, they would have had this thing eradicated.
Exactly.
Would have been like Ireland doesn't have snakes, Watertown doesn't have rats.
This trash is ridiculous.
Yeah, so Eric Adams also has this program where there's bins to collect the trash. But rats are smart. In the article it says that the rats the trash containment basically trash barrels, just open tops to throw stuff in, keeps the rats out. And I don't know, that's kind of
All I know is I took the trash out about a month ago. It was 7 o'clock, still light out, and there was a rat on top of the trash barrel.
yeah. The article had said that the rats they know they can count to 7. They know what day of the week it is, and they come out. They're ready. They're poised. They know, like when Thursday night comes, or whatever.
Know, trust me.
Yeah, because they all just come out. It's crazy.
It's gross.
It is gross. I was walking home late night in New York once, and a pile of trash was pulsating, literally like moving around.
Because it was in there eating, right?
Yeah, they're all in there, just got something, and 2 are fighting for it or whatever. It's just like, but you look around, there's like 4 or 5 bags doing that in a 5-foot high pile of.
Yeah.
Regardless, I love the city though. That's APC pest control. They actually came over today to do some mosquito spraying outside, which is helpful. I've not had any mosquito bites this year. Knock on wood.
I have.
Really?
Yep.
I got bit by a bug on my ankle, and I'm on a 10-day cycle of cephalexin, I think it's called.
Was it a tick?
We don't know. Well, no, it was not a tick because it doesn't have that bullseye thing. But
Yeah.
I couldn't walk. My
Oh.
right ankle was not bending, and it had a striking pain anytime I put pressure on it.
Ugh.
And getting it to flex and get going was laborious, but now I feel better.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, but
there's
that's-
stairs to get up to the stage in Wolfeboro.
Yeah, I can do it.
It's only 4.
Yeah.
You'll be all right.
This happened outside the home because outside the home was not protected by APC Pest Control. If you wanted to call them, go to their website first, check them out, see what programs they have. They got some deals if you sign a 1-year contract. But that's apcpest.com. Also, what? You want to say something?
No.
You want to tag that?
No.
Okay. Next, we have Perez Martial Arts. Did you ever do karate?
No. I did gymnastics in the building where this theater is, though. Now there's seats. There wasn't seats. It's the old Masonic Hall,
Yeah.
and they built a new one.
Okay.
So this building, when you see it, it wasn't always a theater. It was just the Masonic Temple.
It looks like a church.
What was the Masonic Temple? Would have,
Yeah. Okay.
So they probably have a secret room there where they did all their ceremonies and shit. But I did gymnastics there.
Were you good at it?
I was. I was actually an athletic little kid. And then I got to the uneven bars and I had long arms and short legs and it just didn't work.
Because you couldn't reach the other bar?
I couldn't reach with my legs,
Yeah.
but my arms had made me too low. So I kind of just petered out at that point.
At least you knew, like,
Yeah.
I like this. You know yourself, and you can call it.
Yeah, I also broke my arm. Like
In gymnastics?
No, at a friend's house. I fell out of a tree. So I broke my arm and dislocated my shoulder on Father's Day. And I was at my dad's house. It was after the divorce. And my arm didn't really heal right.
He's like, God damn it, go to your mother's. It's Father's Day.
Oh, he was at a funeral. He was performing a funeral that day.
Yuck.
Because he's a minister.
That's the best Father's Day a guy could ask for. A hospital visit and a funeral.
Yeah, he had to take me to the emergency room.
Jeez. Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to be over at the neighbors.
So you got in trouble? Yeah, you kind of got busted. Well, if you went to Perez Martial Arts back when you were younger, you probably wouldn't have thought of doing stuff like that.
I probably would have landed on my feet.
Yes, for sure. But you would have stayed home because you learn about indomitable spirit and loyalty and trust and those sorts of characteristics that help leaders succeed, right? And with the guidance of Sensei Perez, you would have thought twice about going over to that kid's
That's
house
true.
and climbing that tree that you had no business dealing with because it was too big. We're not talking a little starter pine tree. This thing was
It was
a
big tree.
200-year-old oak tree that you well, I don't know what.
I don't remember what kind of tree it was.
Yeah, so that's Perez Martial Arts. PerezMartialArts.com. You want me to do another one? Cool. Royal Pizza, Medfield. There's a lot of Royal Pizzas around the world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, go around. You'll see occasionally a Royal Pizza. I don't know why that's a
I
popular
see a lot
name.
of Brothers Pizza.
That too. But you never find another Royal Pizza Medfield. Do you want to know why?
They spell it with an E.
Don't nod your head. I mean, shake your head. No, we're trying to build answers. Can you just yes?
Sure.
Okay.
Tell me more.
Well, there's only one Medfield in the entire world.
Really?
Fact. So there cannot be another Royal Pizza of Medfield.
That's weird because town names are repeated everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially in New England.
Yeah. New Hampshire has Henniker, New Hampshire.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only Henniker in the world.
I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I like to get my pizza from Royal Pizza, but it's not just pizza. You
Oh.
get subs and calzones and all kinds of things. Salads.
Nice.
Yep.
The pizza place I liked, they retired.
What did you like about your pizza? What makes the pizza good?
I like Greek pizza, so I like it when it's like light.
These guys are Greek.
But crispy.
Mm-hmm.
I also like, we have a Frank Pepe's now. I like that kind of pizza too.
What is that?
It's like coal-fired,
Oh yeah.
really thin. It's
Yeah.
from Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that pizza too, but I prefer the Greek pizza because that's what I grew up with.
Yep. These guys are the Greeks. In fact, I think my buddy Billy, the owner, went to Greece last week. I don't know.
Oh, really?
I know.
They also had really good chicken at this place. I don't know what they marinated in.
Chicken tenders.
Yeah, like on a salad.
Oh, yeah.
Like a Greek salad with, I don't know what,
Grilled or fried.
grilled.
That's how you do it.
But they were delicious. I don't know what they were marinated in.
Well, it's probably their secret recipe. It's
Yeah, and then they retired. And they
proprietary.
were the nicest people. Like, I'd see the guy at the grocery store. He'd be like, oh, hi, how are you?
Are they still around?
Yeah, I think their kids didn't want to keep
Yeah.
running.
Ask for the recipe.
Well, they're gone now. They moved, the Thai place moved over there. They remodeled.
Like, look them up.
But I haven't found a good pizza place except for Frank Pepe's.
Well, if you don't mind the drive, you can come down here to
To
Royal
Royal
Pizza,
Pizza in
Medfield.
Medfield.
Don't go to the Royal Pizza of like Woburn or something. They don't know what they're doing. Nor do they pay us to say nice things about them. Finally, we've got Winslow Design. You can go to winslowdesign.net and see their website of wonderful, the portfolio of work done. Caitlin Struble is an architect. She'll redesign your home for, a remodel that fits with your lifestyle, which
Alright.
if you go through that process, you kind of realize this thing's in my way, or I don't need that, or this is outdated. We
Yeah.
did that. She did our house, and it was you know how they say don't work with friends, like don't do business with friends, because if something comes up, it could be kind of
Right.
dicey, right? There was no diciness. It was awesome. It was
Oh,
fun.
good.
Yeah, she's just so professional and so nice on top of it.
Well, if I own a home, maybe I'll look.
Well,
at
you're
it.
gonna buy one.
We'll see.
Where do you want to move to?
I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
Well, let me just wrap up this ad. WinslowDesign.net. Check them out. Okay. Where do you want to move?
I don't know.
Do you want to talk about this now? I mean, we're open. We can talk about anything.
Yeah. No,
for the
I
second
don't.
half. Do you want to talk about comedy? Do you want to
Let's
talk
more
about
about comedy? 'Cause
stuff that's going on in the world that's, crazy that you... Yeah, okay, let's talk about comedy.
Yeah, because I'm month to month, and I don't want not that my landlord's going to hear this, but
Gotcha.
that's kind of on hold anyway.
I hear you. Comedy, you've been doing it 20 years?
Over 20 years.
Wow.
I started in 1997-ish,
Mm-hmm.
a little before that.
Where was your first performance?
Oh, that I can tell you. It was in Manchester. So I was waiting tables in Wolfeboro. I had just graduated from college, and I was making a ton of money. And I saw an ad for a class. And I'd always wanted to do stand-up, but I didn't know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I did a ton of theater, whatever, but stand-up's completely different. And
Yeah, right.
again, that confidence level, like, I think I could do this, but I don't know what I'd talk about type of thing.
Yep.
So I'd had Wednesday off all summer long, and this class was on a Thursday. I said, well, if I have Thursday off, I'll see if I can, get the next consecutive 4 Thursdays off. And I had Thursday off, so I thought it was like karma. And so I called this guy up, and he was teaching a class out of his mom's basement in her condo. I'm like, this seems safe.
Yeah.
But I talked to him. He was like the nicest guy, and he still is. His name's Dave McLaughlin. He did comedy a long time ago, and he did some commercial work. He went out to L.A. He was an actor, and I sound like he's dead. He's not. He's still alive, but he doesn't really do comedy anymore.
Yeah.
He raised 2 kids. They're in college now, whatever. But he's a great guy. So I took his class, and at the end, you got to perform. And I think the place was called Anthony's in Manchester, New Hampshire. My friends came down from Wolfeboro, like a bunch of us that waited tables together that I've known my whole life from high school. They came down, and I performed. I got really drunk. I was like, so I don't remember everything that I talked about, but I had worked on my set with him, and so I got to perform there, and that's where I met George Ham, who's from Portland.
Yeah.
He was the headliner. And then that kind of launched comedy because Dave gave me a list of open mic nights, like Dick Doherty shows. And back then you had to call and get a spot, Comedy Connection.
I would love to do that.
Yeah, you'd get a date at the Comedy Connection like a month out.
Mm-hmm.
And like you'd have to wait a month to perform. And there's before bringer shows. Like you didn't have to bring anybody, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
So that place burned to the ground, though. It is a vacant lot now in Manchester, but that's the first place that I did comedy. And I can't remember Angelo's. That's what it was called, not Anthony's. It's this Italian restaurant that had a function room.
On Mammoth Road?
Yeah, you know where that weird church is that kind of looks like it's a Greek church that looks like a spaceship?
Yep.
It was on that road.
White and blue?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's on that road before you get on the highway.
Hanover
Street, yeah.
I used to live in Manch Vegas.
Well, then I moved to Manch Vegas.
You did?
That year.
Oh.
And I lived near Fanuff Funeral Home on the west side.
On the west side?
Yep.
I lived in Pinardville on the west side.
Yeah. So I lived there for like 2 years, and then I moved to Portland.
Interesting. That's wild. Okay, so who's your influences? They may have changed over time because comics are coming, but like let's start in the beginning. Like, who did you say, I want to do that? I want to be like that. Like, if I could do that, who was the comic that?
Well, I used to watch Evening at the Improv,
Mm-hmm.
and Steve Sweeney would be on there when he was out in L.A., and he did all these impressions, and I just thought he was so funny. And
Isn't it wild that he's like someone you bump into all the time?
He's like my friend now.
Yeah.
But he would do all these impressions. I was like, oh, he's so good. And then Robin Williams, obviously, and then the Eddie Murphy CD, that CD that came out. Well, it was a tape at the time, but Delirious, and like the one where he has the flower behind his ear with like Aunt Bunny. and all those jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And that like got me hooked on comedy, but my style is totally different.
Yeah, I was gonna say these are very aggressive.
No, but like Robin Williams, these are all the people that I
Mhm.
watched.
Yeah.
And then when I was trying to figure out if I could do comedy, I said, well, what would I talk about? You know, and that was like the biggest hurdle for me. Like, what would I get up and talk about?
And isn't it funny because the answer is anything.
Right. But at the time, I was like, I had no clue.
Mm-hmm.
So then I
So-
saw Kevin Meaney. Do you remember him?
No.
He's a Boston comic that went to New York.
Goatee.
No.
No.
Like a chubby guy. There was an Uncle Buck TV series that he played Uncle Buck in.
Oh, really? Okay.
And he was like over the top, and he like came out on the Tonight Show too. If you Google that, it's hilarious.
Did he get to sit on the couch?
Yeah, but he sang
Really?
a whole Broadway number about coming out because he was in the closet forever.
Uh-huh.
But so he was a Boston-based comic. John Panette was another one that I watched, Boston-based comic. But Kevin Meaney talked about his family
Mm-hmm.
and the big pants bit. We're not tight pants people. We're big pants people. And he'd talk about his mother and then that kind of clicked in my head. I said, "Oh, he's talking about things he knows."
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's
experience.
when I was like, "Okay." But I was watching like Rosie O'Donnell before she got political,
Mhm.
Ellen DeGeneres before she came out, but she didn't really need to. We kind of already knew.
Yeah. Before we knew she was mean.
Yeah. Before she knew.
That's disappointing.
Well, before she came out as a lesbian and before we knew she was mean, because she was really funny. She'd talk about her mom, and same thing. It was like storytelling, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm sort of like a mix between storytelling and misdirection because I love misdirection.
Oh, that's my
and I
thing.
love like the old school comics, like what's his name, Jack Benny. Like I love a good structured joke. I love what Lewis Black does. I couldn't do that, but I love what he does.
What's he been up to lately? Because I've not seen
He
him or
rants
heard-
online. If you follow him,
Oh, okay.
he reads these letters that people send him,
Yeah.
and they're hilarious. And it's a rant. Like someone will call and they'll be mad about,
Yeah.
they changed the formula for their ice cream that they liked, and
Uh-huh.
he reads it like he would read it, and he laughs.
Uh-huh. I love him. I saw him front row at Mohegan Sun
Yeah, I met
in the
him.
theater. It was awesome. Or Foxwoods, I saw him.
I met him at the Boston Comedy Festival, and he's like the nicest guy.
Yeah.
And then Kathleen Madigan, I watched her a lot.
Yeah.
Because I like the structure of her jokes.
I saw her on Last Comic Standing, the first season.
Yeah, I watched that.
She was one of the memorable. I mean, I loved that season. It was a really good one.
Yeah, she has a lot of I like the way she writes her jokes because again, it's like
What'd she do?
storytelling.
Oh, it's storytelling.
But she's also snarky. Like she's smart. I like smart, funny. But
Wit.
then I can
Good wit.
Yeah, and I think Nate Bargatze is hilarious.
You know something? This is a guy I'm studying because I have the same cadence and energy level as him, and I don't move really. I've noticed I've kind of settled to just keep the mic on the stand. He does that for the most part. Very mild mannered.
Yep.
More than me, but
And very clean. Like,
super clean.
but he could make the phone book funny. He's just funny the way he thinks.
What's his genre? Would you say storytelling?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd put him in that category.
Yep.
Because he talks about his wife a lot, and like one of my favorite jokes is where she used the phrase "one fell swoop." She goes, "We can go to the," it's like Christmas. They're going to like 3 different places. She goes, "We can go in one fell swoop," and he's like, "I don't think you're using that correctly." And then she got mad at him and wouldn't talk to him till the next day. And then he brought it up again. He goes, "So I brought it up again." Like, and it's just so relatable and funny. Like he's just funny.
Yeah. No. It's fun to cheer on a good guy.
Yeah.
Now who do you like today? Like,
Well, Nate Bargatze.
yeah.
And I don't know if I'm saying his last name right. I don't watch a lot of comedy now, though, because I'm afraid I'll pick it up.
I've heard accomplished headliners such as you say that.
Yeah, because I don't want to feel like I wrote a new joke and then find out that I heard it on a special.
Yeah.
But I'll watch a special that everybody's talking about. Like, everyone was talking about that. I think her name was Hannah something. And how innovative her special was.
Oh,
And
really?
I was like, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I didn't see it.
and then I was like probably like 2 or 3 years ago, and I was like, well, good for her, but I don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm whispering because I should be like, yay,
Go for it. Well, comedy's subjective. Even
Yeah, and I'm supportive, but like I didn't get it.
when I'm out and I am working with a comic who I do not find funny, I still acknowledge that they're funny.
Yeah, just
know?
not for me.
It's not my comedy.
Yeah.
And then there's some people that just are not funny, and
Yeah.
and I'm seeing that like if I dip into an open mic
Yeah.
to adjust something, and like there's some of them where the ones where it's like the 22-year-olds or the college kids are coming in and they're making jokes about their abortions, and I'm like, that's cool. I mean, you shouldn't be bragging about it, but if you want.
I was on a show once, and I'm not going to say who the person was, but the person hosting did, I'm not even exaggerating, 5 abortion jokes
Jesus.
in the beginning of the show.
Coming in hot.
And half the audience stopped listening.
Yeah.
And I was last. So then the next guy went up, and he did okay and was funny. And then they were hosting the whole night. So I got up, and the guy who wouldn't turn around after the 5 abortion jokes finally got on board.
Uh-huh.
And some lady in the audience tipped me. She goes, "Thank you so much. I almost got up and left, but I stayed, and I really enjoyed that." I go, "Well, you don't have to tip me. I'm getting paid." She goes, "I want to."
That's awesome.
I'm like, all right, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I felt weird about it.
This is twice as much as they're paying me.
It's like $40.
That's nice. Let's share with the audience what happened with you and me at the end of the show. Was it last weekend we performed together? Saturday night?
Yeah. Which thing?
Remember when we were standing, at the end of the night?
That was me back in the day, though, too.
It's humbling. But that's why I like comedy. So we're hanging out. Chris Tabb, the host, is selling his merch at the table, and Carolyn and I and another comic are just mingling with the audience. And this one lady, an elderly lady who enjoyed the show, was shuffling out, and she looked to Carolyn and I and gave a thumbs up, making eye contact with Carolyn with a big smile. And then she looked at me, side-eyed, and turned her head and continued walking out. What a...
She didn't say anything to you.
No.
That happens, too, though. That happens, and then... and I had the best show of the year the night before at that country club, the Old Newbury Golf Club.
Can you carry that vibe, that energy, that feeling into the next show?
I tried to. I mean, I had a decent set at Comedy Scene, but it was not magical like the night before. Like the night before was like the audience was with me the entire time. There were no lulls. It just cranked from beginning to end. They were fantastic.
I felt that way at the show at the Comedy Scene. I thought I did great. Maybe not so much.
No,
in the
you
eyes
did,
of
but like the show itself didn't have that same vibe. Like
Yeah.
everyone did well at this country club. They were there for it.
Yeah.
They do one show once a year, and they showed up.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic.
It's that annual event.
Yeah. And when I walked in, it was not set up for comedy. I thought it was going to be a battle because there was a big, long bar. And there were all these tables set up, and we were sort of like in the corner, and it was fantastic.
Really?
Yeah, like sometimes you show up and you're like, oh, this is not going to be good. And if you get in your head about it, it can not be good.
Yeah, well.
You have to go in like,
it's
going to be good.
I'm at that place where the more people, the better.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do.
That's every
And
show.
I always thought it would be the opposite, like going into it. Oh, I'll do better in front of 20 people than I would 200.
They're not going to work as a group.
No, they're not. And they're not, their synergy is not connecting. Their aura is not, they're not together.
No, not at all.
And the first 2 rows are empty.
Yeah. Like there was a small space, but you wouldn't have known it at this country club. And there was it also was cool because there was a dog that was walking around. So it's like,
really?
He's the country club dog.
Yeah, he's the mascot.
Yeah, exactly.
His name's Gus, and he just kind of hangs out with a bandana around his
He was a little
neck
mad when Paul D'Angelo was like raising his voice in his joke. He kind of looked up like, I'm trying to sleep.
Hey, pipe it down, buddy. Dog's taking a nap over here.
It was pretty funny though.
Worst show.
Oh God. There's a lot of worse shows.
What makes a show worse than any other show?
I think for me,
Worst experience.
there's several.
got a funny one? We're
I've
doing a
got a funny-
podcast here. We're trying to.
I do have
we're
a funny
I'm
one.
fishing for good content.
So
Give me something.
I'll start with the weirdest show.
Weird is good.
Yeah, so I was in Connecticut, Massachusetts border, and I
Mhm.
got booked on a show at a nudist resort.
Nice. Keep going.
Yeah.
I'm listening.
So
This is awesome.
yeah.
How
So
come we did? It took you. How long have we been doing this show? It took you this long to get to nudist resort? Okay.
'cause, it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to knock to get in.
Is it a special knock?
No, there's like a gated. It's like gated.
Yeah.
So we get in. I went with another comic. Greg Bogus and I went together, and then Bob Gautreaux was the headliner, and we didn't have to be naked because I wouldn't have done the show.
Mm-hmm.
So we go in, and I'm just going to preface this by saying the people that you want to see naked are never the people that are naked.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and this is a lifestyle for them. So this is not just like this, they're just naked all the time. Thankfully, it was like 40 degrees that night, and we were down by the water in their clubhouse. So most people had clothes on because it was freezing.
Mm-hmm.
And there were 3 holdouts, and they're in no particular order. There was a man sitting on a picnic bench on a towel, which I thought was thoughtful,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just wearing a polo shirt. So every time he shifted, you saw his family, his whole family.
Jeez.
He was to the right.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was an older lady, probably in her 70s, wearing a wind jacket, no pants.
God damn.
And she came over and said, "Do you mind if I shut the window? I'm cold."
Put some pants on, lady.
Thank you. That's what I was thinking, but it's her place.
Yeah.
So I said, "All right,
Weird.
no big deal."
Weird.
And then there was a guy wearing just a hoodie sitting in a lawn chair, like one of those old school lawn chairs too, like with the woven.
Ribbon. Going.
And he had his junk piled up on his lap, and he was
Nice.
dead center. So I was like, "Can't look to the right." The lady went off somewhere, so she wasn't. Can't look dead ahead, and they just had a different mentality with the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did my stripper joke, and they were like, "You'd be great as a stripper," and they were like really supportive. I'm like,
They're like, that makes perfect sense.
I was, "Oh no, you're missing the point of the
Yeah,
joke."
yeah.
And then I had to go to the bathroom when I was there. I was like, "Where's the bathroom?" And they're like, "Oh, you have to go in that, like another little clubhouse
Mhm.
thing." And I walked in and I couldn't find it. They gave me directions, but I have no short-term memory from all the pot I smoked. So I was like, was it left, right, or right, left?
Yeah.
So I'm in there and I see a guy reading a book. I thought he was wearing a sweater and a fedora, but he was buck naked
And I was like-
reading a book. It was very hairy. And I said, "Can you tell me where the ladies' room is?" And so I went to the bathroom, but I was like, oh my God, like just because you can be naked, you don't have to be naked. It was 40 degrees.
But they've probably adapted to it in some way, shape, or form.
Well, when you have no pants on, you have to close the window.
You made a good point about the people that you want to see naked aren't the ones that are
No.
getting naked. Hampton Beach annually. Have you heard of the Free the Nipple rally that they do every year?
No, but I'm glad it's not coinciding with the Hampton Beach Comedy Festival.
Oh God, yeah, right. Can you imagine?
I hope it's not the same week.
Yeah, the Free the Nipple campaign you usually get you're not getting your 22-year-old NCAA football cheerleader.
Well, it's Hampton Beach.
You're not even getting Salisbury Beach stripper quality at Hampton Beach.
Yeah.
Um,
So that was the weirdest show, but they're actually a decent audience. I just couldn't look anywhere, so it was like uncomfortable for everyone. Probably not for them, but for me.
what was the youngest person there?
Well, they had children there.
Kids.
Yeah.
I think.
That
Okay.
lived there, but they didn't go to the show because it was adult
Yeah.
only. But I saw kids. They weren't naked, but
Oh.
I saw kids and that kind of was like
Well,
if you want to do that at home.
this is a commune.
Yeah, it's like
In
a
a sense.
gated community. There's different cottages or whatever.
Mhm.
And the kid thing, I was kind of like, I guess you could raise your kids that way, but it seemed like, for me, it felt uncomfortable that there were children there.
Yeah, and at what point do the children say, "Okay, the clothes can come off"? Like if a 16-year-old boy,
Yeah.
if 16-year-old Rick Fink Jr. wanted to drop trow in geometry because it was hot,
Yeah.
Could I do
that
it?
part was, I couldn't wrap my head around that.
No.
Plus, when you went to the beach was next to this clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
There was a sign that I couldn't get a picture of because they would have thought I was weird, but it said from this point on, clothes are not allowed. It was like the opposite of,
Shooting shirt,
Yeah.
shoes required.
and I was like, that's fantastic,
That
but I
is
couldn't get a
amazing.
picture
Yeah.
of it.
I saw a funny sign that said, trespassers will be violated.
That's awesome. So that was the weirdest show.
Mm-hmm.
One of my worst shows, and there's been several, but I did a show at a Zumba-thon.
That sounds terrible.
So, Zumba, the exercise thing, they're doing a
Mhm.
Zumba-thon to raise money for something.
Yeah.
And it was way up in Maine. And I showed up. It was just me, no opener. I have to do 45 minutes. And I was new to doing
So there's no opener.
no opener, just
So-
me going up cold.
A hoster says, "Ladies and gentlemen, here's your
Yeah.
Carolyn Plummer."
And
That's it.
And the lady she was running behind. She said, we're running behind. I'm like, well, I'm doing this show because I need this money.
Mm-hmm.
So she finally says, okay, I'm going to bring you up. Right before they bring me up, these people have been doing Zumba since like 6 in the morning. Right before they bring me up, they announce that the food is here.
Oh God.
Because now we're behind by like an
Yeah.
hour. So almost everybody leaves to go eat.
And you're talking to.
And I'm talking to a 7-year-old because there were kids there,
Yeah.
which there weren't supposed to be kids there.
Mhm.
And like 3 kids and like 4 adults. And I'm trying to keep it clean. I was not told I had to be clean, but there were kids there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So 45 minutes clean, which was a struggle back then, not now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm doing my jokes, and I said, what are you like? What I said, what are you like 7? He goes, I'm 10. And then he says, I think you're doing very well. I go, well, thank you so much. And I got in my car and I cried
Did you really?
because I just felt bad about it, but I got my money.
What did you feel bad about?
I felt like I didn't do my job because I had to struggle. I struggled.
For 45 minutes.
Not the whole 45 minutes, but I struggled and I didn't feel like I gave a good performance, even though it wasn't my fault.
I
Sorry.
feel that's right. I feel like I don't know. You go up there, you do your thing. You probably didn't struggle. You probably did good.
Well, I felt like I struggled.
Because
But I have a totally different mentality now.
do you think that or do you find that when you get off the stage and you feel like, oh, that wasn't great, but then you hear it or watch it and you're like, oh, it's not as
Yeah.
not awesome, but it's not as bad as I thought. I thought
Yeah.
I thought I looked like I was kind of lost for a minute because I literally didn't know which joke to go to next, but that doesn't appear to
Yeah.
present itself.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah.
So you probably did fine. The situation too that no
Yeah.
one's gonna hold that against you.
No, but like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong, and
Yeah.
then they announced the food, and then they brought me up. I was like, people want to go to the buffet and eat tacos or whatever they had.
And talk
Yeah,
and socialize.
they've been
I mean,
doing Zumba for 6 hours,
yeah, they don't want to. Yeah, they want to get up and hang.
and then I had to wait
Ye-
to get paid.
How long?
Oh, I had to wait to get paid because I didn't pick up a check that night. They had paid the booker, and then I had to wait for the booker to pay me. So I was like, I'm gonna get paid for that gig because I drove forever too. I was like way up in Nowheresville, Maine.
Dan Crone I took his class a long time ago. He said never leave the venue without getting paid.
Well, that's not always how it works.
This was a long time ago.
It's true. Like when I do a gig that I book through my website, I
Mhm.
send a performance agreement, and it says check payable at the time of, and if there's a deposit,
Mhm.
then the rest of the money is due, and it's in writing, and they sign it and I sign it.
Nice.
But if it's through a booker, sometimes you don't get paid until they pay you. And this was old school. Like nowadays, people just Venmo you.
Yeah, I feel like it's a quick.
But
quick-
back then, sometimes they waited till the check cleared, and then they would send you a check. So it took, a couple weeks.
Yeah, right. There's bookkeeping getting involved, but yeah, the Venmo thing is like quick.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm looking forward to doing this show.
It'll be fun. You'll see a funny mix of age groups.
I like the suburb, middle-aged senior,
Yeah. These are not middle age.
50s, 60s, 70s,
Some of them older. Like Mr. Marriott was there last year with his wife.
as in the Marriott hotels.
Yep, because they have a house in Wolfeboro. And then the woman, I don't know her name, the actress that played Roseanne Barr's mother, she was there last year because she was doing theater somewhere in the area. And I guess she comes to Wolfeboro, so she was there. Trying to think any.
I was thinking the other day if Jimmy Fallon vacations, but he wouldn't go to the show, right, and kind of steal thunder from somewhere else.
No. Like I tried the first show we did was right after Comics Come Home, where I met Jimmy Fallon. So I sent him a note on Instagram, and I don't have.
You slipped into his DMs, are you sure?
Pretty much, yeah. And I know he's up there like 4th of July week. But this is the week later. I don't know how long he stays up there, and he goes up in the fall. Like he doesn't. He walks to downtown, so his house is somewhere near downtown on the lake, and it's his wife's family's house that they've had for years. But I reached out to him and I said, "Hey, I know we only met briefly at Comics Come Home, but if you're in town, I'll sneak you in the back if you want to hang out or just have a drink or whatever." And I didn't get a response, and I'm sure I'm like, and if this is his assistant, I'm not some weird stalker.
Right.
I met Jimmy at Comics Come Home, and I'm from Wolfeboro, so I'm sure that he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to do that." I don't think he gets a lot of time off either.
No.
He's not going to want to go to, the theater in Wolfeboro that seats, 200 people. And he doesn't really do stand-up. He didn't do stand-up at Comics Come Home, but Nate Bargatze just got him to agree to open for him at Madison Square Garden this fall.
Wow.
On the show. He's like, "Oh, I don't really do stand-up." He goes, "But you will for me."
That's funny. Jimmy Fallon never did stand-up?
He did,
I figured, like, what got him onto Saturday Night Live?
His impressions and his singing and his sketches. But, like, he's like...
so he's a sketch writer.
Yeah, he's like Adam Sandler. Like, he did stand-up, but he wasn't great at it. But he would do, like, song parodies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, like, if you see Adam Sandler's show, he's not doing a lot of stand-up.
He's funny. He's,
And neither does Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah. I like Adam Sandler's special where he's got a rap song. He's playing guitar. He's got the guy on the keyboard with him. And
he sang that song about Chris Farley that made me
bawl.
bawl.
Yes. It made everyone cry.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That was... Good, enriching tears though, not sad.
Yeah, no, just
it's so uplifting. Like
Chris Farley was like one of the reasons I got into comedy. One of the things I would do when I would get drunk in college is impressions, and one of them was Chris Farley.
Van Down by the River.
Yeah, and I'd like fall and like do like so. And I don't do impressions, but I would get drunk and I would do impressions. And I had this friend in college, Laura. We would get drunk and we'd do drunken spelling bee. Like in the basement at Lambda Chi, and it was so fun. She could be a stand-up comic. She was so funny. She was from New York, and she would tell me about her family, and they had a housekeeper named Edelmira, and she'd be like, Edelmira would always tell. I don't know where she was from, but she had an accent. This is the accent Laura used, and I don't know where she's from, so I don't want anyone to send a stern letter.
Yeah.
But she would be like, "Oh, Mr. Stone." Their last name is Stone. Mr. Stone, Mr. Stone. I butter the leaves because he slipped and fell and hit his head in the bathroom. He goes, Edelmira, you need to mop the floor. She goes, "Oh, no, I buttered the leaves." She sprayed Pam on the leaves of the plant so that it would be shiny.
Oh, my God.
And he slipped and cracked his head on the toilet.
Jesus Christ. That's hilarious.
And she would tell me all these stories, and like she dated this guy named Jorge who lived on the streets of New York at one point, and Laura's family has money.
Yeah.
So her dad hated this kid. He drove up to Plymouth, New Hampshire. He stole a car, started it with a screwdriver, drove up to Plymouth, and lived in the dorms with us for like 2 weeks till he got kicked out.
Really? Because
he tagged the wall with his name, and they said, "You got to go."
And they figured it out.
Yeah.
They figured out who did it just by reading the name.
But her dad wouldn't call him Jorge, called him George.
Oh, really? That's a microaggression.
Oh, it's so funny. She goes, "Dad, his name is Jorge." "Well, I'm calling him George."
That's awesome.
Okay.
That's funny. All right, so let's end the show talking about the Comics Come Home, because that's got to be the biggest
thing
moment of your life. And if you don't know, Comics Come Home is like a Cam Neely Foundation.
It's the annual fundraiser for the Cam Neely Foundation for cancer research.
Yep.
And it's hosted by Denis Leary, and they've been doing it now I think this year is year 28 or 29. So like 30 years, almost 30 years.
Yeah. So who did you share the stage with on this particular night?
I shared the stage with Roy Wood Jr., Chris DiStefano, Bobby Kelly, Lenny Clark, Denis Leary, John Mulaney, Sam J, and I think that's it. I might be forgetting. Oh, and Jimmy Fallon.
I didn't know John. Yeah, right. We were just talking about him. I thought John Mulaney's from Boston area.
He is from the Boston. Not everybody's from Boston. John Mulaney was actually in Rhode Island that night, and he closed the show.
Oh,
So
okay.
he came up from Providence, but I got to meet him, and he's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I think he might be from Boston, but like Bobby Kelly's from Medford. Chris DiStefano is from New York. He's not from Boston, but they do a mix of like Bobby Kelly's on it every year, Lenny's on it every year, Denis obviously, and then like Roy Wood Jr.'s from the South. He's not from Boston, but he's a big name.
Yep.
So they get like national headliners, and I was the local act.
Yeah.
But I shared the stage, and Roy Wood Jr. was one of the nicest people I've ever met.
It's great when the person that you like or admire or want to work with is A.O.K.
Yeah.
You know?
Like he made a point to talk to me afterwards, and he's like, I really enjoyed that. And that was huge for me because I was like, I was just so nervous. And but I practiced for months and months and months. So when I forgot my set, it came back to me.
When did you forget your set?
I was on the wrong side of the stage. I was watching the opening number, and I was the first comic. And I'm watching Denis Leary sing with his band, and the band is fantastic.
Yeah.
And he's singing some song to "Won't Get Fooled Again," but it's about Boston. I think it was a Who song anyway.
Yeah.
And he's singing the song, and he's got all these Boston lyrics. And Bobby Kelly came up to me because I've known him for a long time. We're not like tight, but I knew him when he was in Boston. And he said, Carolyn, are you first? And I said, yeah. He goes, you're on the wrong side of the stage, and you can't get up on the stage from this side because there's no steps. I was like, shit. So he goes, I'll show you how, because it's like a maze. We drove.
I'm surprised that the producers of the show didn't.
Well, my
set this up.
handler, Emily,
she should be fired.
she was supposed to be watching me. She goes, I couldn't find you. I was literally 100 feet from my dressing room.
Right.
Watching, like, she didn't look very hard.
Also, directions should have been given out a long time ago, right?
Right. Like, they gave a whole show run.
Okay.
But I was just hanging out. And I
You didn't read it.
Well, I did.
Kind of your fault.
I did read it, but I was nervous.
Okay.
So anyway, Emily took over for Bobby, and she brought me around because it's like a maze down there.
Sure. Yeah.
So she took me to the other side. So I was like winded when I got over there, and they wanted me to sign all this merchandise because they auction it off later to earn more money.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right. And then they hand me a microphone. And they're like, you're up. I'm like, it was like
Whoa.
20 seconds. I was like, okay, all right. So I walk up, and I forgot my whole set.
How many people are in attendance?
There was at least 18,000 people because they set the stage up on one side, so you lose some seats.
Yeah. Okay, so they did end.
But it's like
Yep.
the whole stadium besides.
And the floor.
And the floor.
The floor seats make up for that. Yeah, so you got 18,000.
At least. And I don't know the final number, but they hadn't done a show for 2 years because of the pandemic, so everyone came out.
Yeah.
And it was... the first laugh I got hit me like a wave, and I was like, and I relaxed. It was weird. I thought I'd be nervous, but Tony V told me, he goes, the weird thing is, you're in this giant stadium, but it feels intimate, and it did.
It really?
And then Mike Hanley took all these pictures of me, and he was in like pretty far up, and he said he got the best pictures because I'm like tiny, and then there's big screens next to me, and they're like the best pictures ever because I can't see that.
Yeah, right.
But it just went really well.
That's cool.
So
I'm working with him on Thursday.
he's hilarious.
I'm looking forward to it. I once was on the floor of the Garden during, I had courtside seats through a friend's connections at an NCAA. I believe it was a Sweet 16 several years ago. And we were walking across the edge of the floor there, and I'm looking up, and never seen that perspective of the Garden as a player or a performer. It looked like it was and it sounds like I'm going to describe the old Garden. It just seemed like it just
Yeah,
enveloped you,
it does. Like it's I can't even.
and it goes up so high.
Yeah, like
Keeps going.
you can't see everyone the way the lighting is,
Mhm.
but you can feel them, if that makes sense. And then you can see people on the floor.
Mhm.
And we had to do press before, and I didn't want to do press at all. I'm like, no one wants pictures of me. They want pictures of Jimmy Fallon, and
Mhm.
Tuukka Rask was there. So at one point, I was in between Tuukka Rask and Jimmy Fallon, having pictures taken. I kept trying to sneak out.
Mhm.
And the lady kept yelling at me, Carolyn Plummer, if you don't get back in that room. I go, you don't want pictures of me. She goes, we want pictures of everyone.
Yeah.
And then, so Tuukka Rask, when I walked off stage, he fist bumped me and he said, that was great. And then Jimmy Fallon, then we ended up talking. But like at one point, it was so hot in that press room.
Mhm.
I said out loud, and I didn't know I said it out loud. I said, it's hot as balls in here.
Yeah. Good. Well, you're a comic.
And then Lenny heard me and he goes, Plummy, it is hot as balls in here. I was like, oh man, why did I say that? There's like all this press and like these girls interviewed me from like Northwestern, and it was good. It was just like I felt a little insecure, but I also felt like a big shot at the same time.
Yeah. You're out of your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
This is all new.
But now that I did it, I want to do it again because now I know the lay of the land.
Right. Or something, adjacent.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that you do, if it involves extracurricular things or just a couple notes like where I should be and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna have that like I've been here before kind of.
No,
attitude.
that was the biggest thing I've ever done. And I've done some bigger shows, but that was the biggest.
Well, the audience, 18,000 people.
At least. I don't know like I said, I don't know the final number, but it was a lot.
That's all. Well, I'm going to go with 18,000.
At least, I mean, because it was the whole 3 quarters of the, and
If
the
it's
floor.
17,000, I wouldn't really be that impressed. But 18 is like, you've arrived.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
And
Well,
everyone was so nice. I got to meet Cam Neely and his wife and
Mhm.
Denis Leary and Tuukka Rask, and everyone was just nice.
yeah, well, it's a good cause. Everyone better be nice at a at a fundraiser,
Right?
especially if you're asking for money. All right, you want to go out and get dinner?
Sure.
Okay. There's a restaurant I'd like to take you to, but I have to give you full disclosure.
Okay.
I got food poisoning there last time,
Oh, good. 'Cause-
but I think it's a good restaurant, and the mathematical probability of this happening twice in a row is pretty low. So I think it's our time, or we can go somewhere else.
what did you eat?
Oh, it was
Chicken?
no, it was the bolognese.
Oh.
What do you call?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it just didn't sit right for
Okay.
24 hours.
I have an eye exam tomorrow.
Do you really?
So I don't really want to be.
In a predicament. Okay, we can go to another place. All right, for Carolyn Plummer and myself, Rick Fink Jr., this is Small Town Scuttlebutt. And if you want to come to our show Saturday up at Wolfeboro, New Hampshire, at the Wolfeboro Village Players Theater, we'll
On
be there.
Glendon Street, 51 Glendon Street,
Ooh,
the same road as the post office.
what a townie. Yeah, and we're,
Well, I was born there.
I know. When did you, so from 0 to 18?
Oh, more than that, because after
Oh, you moved
college,
back, right.
after college, I would stay and wait tables
Yeah.
because I made a crap ton of money.
I bet you did. All right. Well, we're going. She's hosting. I'm opening for Steve Hytner.
Kenny
A.K.A.
Bania.
That's gold, Jerry. Remember, everyone was saying that. Like you
Mhm.
did something. Oh, that's gold.
I bet he sells T-shirts. that
Probably
say that.
says. Yeah, I bet he does. Now you set an expectation for another comic, and
No, I know he sells T-shirts, but I bet that's what's on it. I don't know that for sure.
yeah. All right. Well, maybe we'll see you there.